So in today's video, we're gonna cover some basic counter punching. We're gonna cover split punching, which is the first thing we're gonna go over. And then we're gonna go off some angles to counter your opponent's punching. And then afterwards, we're gonna go in just to a couple of hand traps and counter punching. So realistically, you can throw any sort of combination off of any shot, but it's the entry of how you get into the punch that is going to be really different. You can add on your variations of different punches on top of whatever entry you decide. So first of all, we're going to go for split punching. Now this is really good against someone who is a heavy puncher, because normally when someone's a heavy puncher, they will sit and they will plant and they will come into their shots quite heavy. This doesn't require a lot of loading when you're punching, all right? So all you're going to do, my partner's gonna jab me, I'm gonna slip my head off to the side, all right? When I do that, I just release that shot down the middle, okay? So it's jab for jab if we're orthodox or both right-handed, and for the right arm comes down the middle, head comes off to the side, and then I plant that punch down there. Okay, remember this is not boxing, so you don't want to dip heavy with the head when you come off to the side, all right? So if he throws the jab and I go here, if he lifts up and kicks, I've got a problem, yeah? So where you want to be at is probably just behind the wrist here. So you're still basically extending your shot, yeah? But you're also not coming too far in down here, because you're gonna have no power on the shot, right? So dip shoulders to the side, drop down a little bit, and then just extend your punch there. So I'll do it just off the jab quickly. So down jabs, boom, there, boom, there, boom. Yeah, nice and simple. Now we go to the backhand. Remember, same thing, don't overcomplicate it. Just pull your right shoulder in, head is about in line with his wrist, and the backhand comes out here. Remember, this is a pop, this is not power, so don't load it. The person is coming into your punch, so it's gonna be effective. So now we'll go for the backhand, he throws the right, boom. And again, boom. And again, boom. And just a small thing on that, make sure you're keeping your opposite hand up. Yeah, a lot of people, they like to throw the backhand, and if they see you moving off to the side of it, they will often lift the leg and come up. So really important to have a great defense when you're throwing this, yeah? So again, I'm gonna go jab, my partner's gonna jab, I'm here with the hand nice and close in case he wants to lift that kick up, yeah? So I've still got some sort of defense there. So that's your split punching. Now we're gonna just go angling off of a jab and a right hand, nice and basic, and then we're gonna throw our combination from there, okay? So obviously with the jab, all I wanna do when he jabs is just push my leg and push myself out to the side here. After that, best shot for it is a backhand, right? Because I'm off to the side here, this is loaded, and that side is open, yeah? So after that backhand, you can do whatever you want. Only thing I would say is don't move, try not to move out here, try and move across a little bit, so you're already putting yourself in position for the right hand to land, okay? So when Dan jabs, boom, here, that's there, I don't have to use my feet, and then I can come with whichever shot you want. Could be a left hook to the head, could be a body shot, could be another right hand, a little pop, doesn't matter. The stepping off is the most important to get out of the way and get in range. So again, the jab comes, I step, boom, boom. Yeah, and again, I step, boom, boom, boom. Nice and simple, but getting your feet in. Same really goes for the other side, yeah? So the backhand's gonna come, but normally the jab will come before the backhand, yeah? So you're probably gonna have to get used to blocking that first. So if you're doing this with a partner or whatever, don't just be throwing the backhand, yeah, because it's unrealistic. Let them throw a little flick with their jab out first, block it, then I step off here, yeah? Then jab or 1-2 or jab, 2 to the body, whatever you want. Again, it's the step that's important. Just then when Dan threw his right hand, it grazed my cheek. That's sort of what you want. Because if I go too far out here and I get my head, I've got no range now, I've got to re-step to get back in on my shots, all right? So I want to have it still quite close, but remember, don't lift the chin, tuck it as he throws the 1-2, boom, boom. I'm here, I've angled off from my right leg, jab, right hand. We'll stick to that, nice and simple, yeah? But the push is important, going at a slight angle down the side, the same as we did with that side, all right? So we've got a little bit faster this time, and again, Yep, nice and simple. When I'm hand trapping his jab, the first thing that I like to do is let someone get comfortable, yeah? When he's jabbing, so if he jabs now, I want to just close my guard here so he thinks there's nothing coming, yeah? If I just try and grab his hand like this, I might not get him to pull his weight in. So I want to make sure he's comfortable stepping in and putting weight on his front leg. So he's jabbing, again, my jab hand is going to go inside as he jabs and pull on top of his wrist so his head comes forward. Backhand's going to come. Again, you might go left hook, boom, there, and then you might go to the body. Again, whatever you want. The hand trap is the important part. So again, slowly he's going to jab. Hand goes on top of the wrist. I release that shot. This hand's coming back to my head. Then again, with the same arm, pulling my right hand back to my head. So we'll do that a little bit quicker now. One more. Yeah, nice and simple. Now, go to the backhand, all right? Another one I like to do is off that backhand, again, they're stepping in deep, stepping heavy on front leg. He probably, again, he's gonna throw a jab first, right, most likely. So I'm gonna have to block that. There, again, you see how I'm not on the side of the glove? I'm on top of the wrist to pull their weight down here. From here, left hook is one of the best options. Boom, yeah? Because you're gonna pull their hand, even if they punch nice and high here, I'm gonna be creating that opening, boom. Then I might go uppercut hook, boom, boom, and finish it off, all right? But remember, keep a nice strong guard when you're blocking that first jab, yeah? So slow again, one, pull, boom, 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 yeah? So, boom, 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 boom. One more, boom, 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 boom. And remember, it's the same thing when you do the angling, when you split punching, when you're hand trapping and punching afterwards. Always make sure that you're thinking about your defense, yeah? When I go into that hand trap situation, I want to be sort of like stepping into my shots a little bit so that if he wants to kick, it's a lot harder for him to kick me in the face, right? When you're angling out to the side, right hand comes, boom, this hand is covering. And the same thing goes for the opposite side. You should know this already if you've been doing Muay Thai or boxing even for a little bit, whatever, yeah? Safety first. Thanks for watching. Comment what you would like to see next.